All right, back on MorningLine, shifting gears a bit this morning. The second half of our show, we're going to talk about the craziness that's going to happen beginning, I guess, it's already started in a way, but starting tomorrow with the draft and the marathon and all of this. And we've got a crack team of experts here at News Channel 5. They've been all over this, not only from the traffic aspect, but the weather aspect and so much more. The lovely and talented Rebecca Schleicher and the lovely and talented Lelan Statham are joining us now. You both been watching all morning.
Yeah.
You've been all over the it's crazy. The weather. I would like to see a lightning storm.
No.
The NFL is sick.
Look, I'm not sitting here. I am not a cheerleader for the draft. Everyone's like, how exciting. Look, I know it's good for business and all this, but you know what? I would venture to guess at least 50% of all our viewers either don't give a hoot about it or think it's a big dang headache. Okay? So, a lightning storm?
No.
Okay.
Here's the deal. Yeah, they will have to deal with probably a rain chance going into the afternoon. Now, the timing could mean everything. I do think that there's some afternoon showers and storms that roll in. Right now, it looks like at the latest timing that the more widespread rain may come into the evening and overnight. That window may be good for them. Yeah, there might be some rain out there as the first draft is being.
What time? The first pick's at 7, is it?
Right.
Is it
but
7 or 6?
The experience opens at noon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can get there really early.
Exactly.
If you don't actually care about listening to all the selections, you can get there and enjoy all the
And
stuff.
remind me again, I mean, I paid attention, I've heard bits and pieces. What is the experience besides, you know, the traffic and the crowd?
Stay tuned tomorrow morning. We're going to be sending some reporters out there, and they're going to be doing some of the experience. There's some sort of, I think it's a 40-yard dash. There's going to be Titans players out there doing all sorts of
There
fun
will be
things.
a lot of celebrities out there. And I know the music scene is going to be awesome. I mean, who knows who's going to show up at what bar and club, whatever. But there's the whole NFL experience, and that starts at noon.
And don't forget, there's a stage over there, too. So there's going to be music all over this Nissan Stadium side of the river, too.
That's right. All right. And that's parking over there, too, right?
There is free parking at Nissan, right?
Free parking.
So you park, and then you can walk across.
Yes, those are going to be, it's lots A, B, C, and D. So you can't just, park wherever. But those are some of the big lots really just on the east side of Nissan Stadium.
Okay, have either of you heard, will the General Jackson be down here?
Yes, the General Jackson will be down there, and I believe, I was just talking to Mike Keith the other day, I think that's where the Titans are going to be. And so the Titans are going to have it down, and here's the cool thing with the General Jackson. We had Mike Keith on in the studio earlier in this week.
Voice of the Titans.
Voice of the Titans. We're going to run his interview tomorrow on Talk of the Town. But they're going to bring the General Jackson into downtown Nashville, have it parked so people can go in and out and not have to worry about being locked on the boat for a while.
Do you know which side of the river?
That one I am not sure. They may be on the downtown side instead of the Nissan side, but I don't know that. Yeah. But they are doing that for the Titans fan experience, especially as a bonus for people who are season ticket holders.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Will you be there?
I might. Ryan Bates and I may walk over there and check it out. But I'd like to go down. I just want to go down and see this. I haven't been down there yet. I've seen all the great aerials and the videos you guys have shown. Weather is not an issue unless obviously it gets really severe because everything's under cover.
Right. So for the actual show, yes, that's the case.
Right.
For us, going out there, I mean, just bring your rain jacket and small umbrella. Remember, only small umbrellas.
Yeah, there's the same kind. If you get into the experience, there's the same regs that you have to have when you go into a stadium, right? I mean, if you're having a bag, it's got to be clear so they can see what's in it, I think.
I don't think that's true.
I'm not sure. Yeah,
I don't think it has to be clear.
Within the footprint, maybe? Is that the deal?
Yeah, I mean, the area where you have to have the passes. Oh, yeah. No, that's right. Where the fencing is, you have to get a ticket, all right, to go on at noon.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Now, you have to have, it's the same rules as going into a Titans stadium.
If you're actually going into the draft.
On 2nd Avenue or whatever, that's public. You can do whatever you want there, I would imagine. So you have to be prepared with what you can bring into that fenced-in area.
Okay.
Well, and that area to actually watch the draft, you can sign up on the app, and they said that they're going to be picking people, like lucky fans, that they'll be ushering you in if you actually want to get in there.
Into that, right. I think that Jesse's done a lot of stories on that in the news. He said at noon is when you go onto the app. The app, I went on there and actually, because I'm going to try.
I haven't downloaded it yet.
I have not downloaded it, but again, talking to Mike Keith earlier this week, he said download it. He said it's going to be everything that you need as far as what's going on, what music is happening, and so they will send out push alerts about what's going on.
Yeah, and because I've been talking about the different maps that you need for the different free parking parking areas and the rideshare zones that are all over town, but that's something that people don't necessarily memorize.
Right.
So as much as I know people are listening to me, here it is for you right here. So there's a couple. Two of them are on Korean Vets. Korean Vets is always my favorite easy out from downtown, even if it's not a weekend like this. So Korean Vets near 2nd Avenue downtown, and then Korean Vets across the river closer to Nissan Stadium, you can see near 2nd Street are going to be options. And then Commerce is going to be available if you want to hop up north of the downtown footprint, and then Broadway you can use, but before the actual closure, which is near Bridgestone at 5th.
All right, and I guess it depends what part of the area you're coming from, but if you were going to come in, and you may, what would be your preferred mode of transportation to come into the draft?
You know, it's a great question.
What would you recommend? And again, I know maybe if you're coming from the west or east, it may be different. Would you try, will the Music City Star be coming in?
For the marathon, yes. You can buy $12 tickets, but that's something that you're going to be waking up early. So Lebanon, they'll be leaving at 5 a.m., and then they hit each station along the way in. So they'll get downtown for the marathon around 6 a.m., and then they'll leave at noon from the riverfront platform near Ascend.
Would you do rideshare then?
I might rideshare and then maybe get dropped off on Korean Vets somewhere.
Okay.
I personally wouldn't want to deal with parking, but I also live closer to town, so I understand people who are coming in from different counties want to drive.
Want to drive. All right, so I don't know.
And let me say this on rideshare, and you would know better than me on this. I would say they need to be aware, too, that I'm going to guess there's price surging.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, what about that?
That is interesting. It's one of those things we never really know till it happens, right? So there's some terrible stories from New Year's Eve and other times when people just don't want to drive, and ride sharing is an option. You know, it's a possibility, something to keep in mind.
Where they, spike the price?
Just based on demand.
Just based on demand, which, okay, I don't know if that's price gouging. I understand. Well, I don't know. I think Blake was talking about the hotel rooms and the costs of that. Now, hotels are expensive anyway.
Right.
Do we think that they've gone up in price?
I don't know, because I didn't do a direct comparison from before versus now, but I'm sure with limited availability, they have to go up.
Well, and I saw some reports of maybe some hotels bagging reservations for some and giving the rooms to others who are paying more.
Yeah. What?
Which that would be bad. Yes. Now, I don't know where that's happened. You know, and that's something maybe is being looked into.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess that would be the one way. There was someone. Did you send it out, or was it Blake? There's a visitor from Germany. Did you see that one?
Oh yeah. Yes. Big Titans fan.
Oh yeah. The only Titans fan
in Germany.
Well, I don't know, but it was a woman, and she had a picture in front, but she came all the way from Germany.
Yeah.
So I imagine a lot of people here have just gotten hotels in the city, if you can afford it, I suppose.
Yeah, or I would do, if you were trying to do one now, I would say hit a surrounding county, and just kind of drive back and forth, because unless you want to pay the higher prices just to walk within the footprint, I think I might try a cheaper place on the outskirts and everything like that.
Yeah, and if you are closer, you could bike or scooter, but you have to drop those off before you get to the footprint. So there's going to be parking zones, because they don't want any of that inside where there's going to be all those pedestrians.
All right, listen, let's take a break, because I'm glad you mentioned scooters. We'll get into that. We can take a phone call or two if anyone has a question about access or the weather along those lines. Our final segment with the two of them right after this. Stay with us. Yeah, they get us.